Today, the 11th of March in 1708, Queen Anne withholds royal assent from the Scottish Militia Bill, the last time a British monarch vetoed legislation. So British law comes in two main flavours: common law, which is made by judges from custom and precedent and decisions that they've made in court, and statutes, which are acts of parliament passed in both houses and then given the big thumbs up by the monarch, royal assent. Obviously it's way more complicated than that, but it's not important right now. Royal assent has been withheld in other countries in the Commonwealth, but that was by a governor in the name of the monarch and not by the monarch themselves. The last time it was withheld, Queen Anne, 1708. She was the last Stuart monarch. She was also the monarch that unionised Britain as we know it today, furthering my theory that the women that have ruled this country have done more to shape modern Britain than any individual man. So the story. The nation's unified, but there's no militia in Scotland. The militia are like the army reserves. They're called up to fight if needed, but they also do stuff at home like marshalling events, keeping the peace, helping out in times of crisis, acting as a bit of a police force. There isn't one for Scotland because we haven't allowed there to be, and none of the Lord Lieutenants in England are going to want to pay for their men to go all the way and help people that they don't really like. So the government decided to pass a law titled An Act for Settling the Militia of that part of Great Britain called Scotland, because British laws have stupid names. The bill goes through both houses of Parliament with no problem, and then 315 years ago this afternoon, the Act's supposed to be given royal assent, thus making it law. However, this is British history, so something silly has to happen. That morning, someone spots a French invasion fleet sailing towards Scotland. It's assumed they want to land in Scotland, gain some support from the oppressed Scots, then come back to have a crack at England. Some ministers get worried and think, probably not a good idea to give the Scottish people weapons if there's a possibility they're going to side with France and then come and have a go. So the Lord High Treasurer, what we today call the PM, the brilliantly named Lord Godolphin, he hightails it over to St James's Palace, where he basically says, Anne, could you not? Because we kind of changed our minds. Anne doesn't sign it. That's it. That's the last time a British monarch said no to a law. Oh, and the invasion of 1708 was a complete disaster for the French, but that's a story for another day.